All right, let's look at our radiator choices here. You sneak it in here like this. So look at the more likely we gotta use up some of that tube. A lot of tube. That's not so bad. So now we have to decide what we're doing with the fans. This show me the exhaust. But we're gonna have intake coming from the bottom, we're gonna have intake coming from the side, and we're gonna have intake coming from there. So I could do intake bottom front and exhaust top and back. That's like a 0. Now it's going to be 6 versus 4. So we should have a little bit of positive pressure in that. Well, essentially we're going to have more air coming in than we've got going out, but not by much. If you did a 3, 6, 9, we'll have 10 fans, so we'll have 60% in and 40% out. You don't want to dim these fins. Well, it almost feels it is magnetic. Okay. Oh, I like when I can spread out. Go ahead and put the tower down for a moment. All right. This came with its own huge set of screws, mounts. These are offsets from the motherboard if you need them. I don't think we do. See, that is definitely a magnet. I think this is the AMD one, but we'll find out here in a minute. Nope, you go that way, you come this way. D4 is the C clamp. This guy. Oh. Yeah, I'm confused. Okay. This. No. This. That's kind of ingenious. This is Intel, because it's got 4. And yep, up. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. You guys are showing me 2 different things. You guys need to fix your drawings. Because that nubbin on here is nowhere near the size that you're showing me your drawing. The back ones are, which is on the opposite side of where I'm coming. But we're good now. Okay, fans. Lay them out. Figure out the orientation, how we're going to do it. Okay. I need this one. Turn. That's our little thing. Where's the electric? We're actually going to use this. Yeah, I don't care. You guys spend more information telling us about this should be the fan mount. I'm assuming this is the Intel kit. And that's the AMD kit. Opposite corners. Make sure your wires have got someplace to move. Just drop the rest of these in because they've got nowhere to go but where they're supposed to. That's the theory. Do you need to put all these screws in? No. But it will reduce interruptions on the airflow. Each fan has a power. Okay, that's interesting. Proprietary stuff. Anyway, each fan has a power, and each fan has an LED, an RGB. And so, get these loose. When we mount them, we just put the wad through the back. It's funny, we're loosening them also, we can connect them and then tighten them all back up. Anyway, I connected them. There's a hole somewhere like right here in the case. These all the pop through. There's a grommet. So I just oriented them all so that they can slip right through. And if you're one of those people, they're all the same. Just in case you're one of those people that needs it straight. Anyway. All of these got to hold the radiator to the top of the tower. Or the front or the bottom or wherever you're going to put it. I would suggest you never put an AIO cooler in the bottom. Watch Steve Gamer's Nexus and then Jay's follow up, Jay's 2 cents. Let them explain it. I don't have to regurgitate what they said. Oh, I did it right. I was thinking, dude, you put them backwards. Nope, you did exactly right. Almost like grabbing it by its tail. Pull the wires through at least to a point. There's one knot through, two knot through. Then we're good. Then you just grab the wad and just now this is where things get fun. So to get things started, we're going to use a nice magnetic screwdriver. It might help. Here. Better. That's good enough. So it might help if you guys can see. Go up. Okay. Now the cables up here that hook to the motherboard for the CPU, we're just going to mount this, just prop this on those cables for a moment. We're going to take an opposite corner. Hope I didn't pull it. Just get that a little bit held. Load up a second one. Line this up in the run. That's unfortunate. Just get them somewhat held in. Just wanted to make sure that these two are lined up. Notice none of the pins are bent, not from lack of being a little overzealous there at points. I also want to take this and I want to try to cover both ends. I want to try to limit airflow except for what I'm controlling. So now that's somewhere I want it. Well, we can go to the fun thing. Step down a little bit. Just trying to maximize our airflow without any strange little currents happening that get it disrupted or offset it. Even though it's probably not going to matter much, but at this point, every screw we put in is a little excessive. But might as well put them in. Paid for them. Okay, so that's why that one was acting up, because this is just a little off. Wonder. Well, it's best to go to opposite corners. Almost there. That's the whole thing to have for all these monotonous, boring screws. Okay. Now it just dawned on me that I have not done this front corner, which is how we connect our reset button, our power button. You probably need to connect the case to the motherboard is what I'm saying. Okay, there's a USB 3.2. There's a 3.2. I'm not seeing. Maybe it should probably this one. I don't know why they tied it back here, but just loosening all the cables that came with the case. There's quite a few of them. And this is going to sound, which almost always goes into the bottom. So we get it loose from the other ones. The peeky peek. The sound's always back here in the corner to see if there's another sneakier, nicer place to put it than that. I like hiding stuff behind the motherboard sometimes. And this might be one of those times. Okay. I'm just straightening wires out, getting them so same type of wire is by itself. If I can do this, I'll show you what I'm doing. If I can't, then we'll stop. Yeah, can't do it. Usually you take this a little high def audio. You can sometimes take that and sneak it right behind the motherboard before you screw it down. It's not a necessity, it's just a thought. These are the wires we're actually looking for. These go up underneath everything. There again, it'd be really nice if motherboard manufacturers and case manufacturers would standardize this. Get a little light over here. Power switch, reset switch, those are almost always together, opposite each other. Hard drive LED, power LED. Okay, so I already know where the power switch is, but I'm going to get the book anyway. I know where both of those are. Okay, so to figure out where I put the book. I thought I dropped it in the top of the drawer open. Yet I do not see it. Close. Okay. There we go. Sometimes you have to check orientation. They'll print these graphics inverted. And so on here, there is a reverse L that are blanked. That's a key. So we look to see, and boom, boom, boom. It's right there. So these are in the right order. That light actually hurts my eyes worse than. Okay. Hard drive LED. I'm kind of blind now because I've flashed myself with the light. Yeah, it's pretty consistent. Hard drive LED right here. The two single the power LEDs go right above it. That one you got to look at because sometimes it's configured for 4 spaces, sometimes it's 2, sometimes it's both. Oh, come on. Should do the hard ones first. Which one's positive and negative? Positive left. Go ahead or right. Positive. Here's your common. It's not really negative, it's more of a common. Okay. Reset switch should be right next to it. So you got to reset ground. Wait a minute. Power's on top, resets on bottom. And I'm assuming the triangle is hot. So words up. Well, that doesn't make sense. That should be common. White strip. Okay, so now we should be able to turn the tower on if we want to. Just tuck this right back away. We'll go ahead and connect everything at the bottom we got to connect. This is usually at the top, right in the middle, right around in there. Yep, right there, USB 2, 2nd generation. Spin this a little bit. Problem is, it's this big, I can't really get so you guys can see it and I can see it. Right up underneath these ribbon cables. This is strange with all the tabs out. Little port right there. Let the wire back in there and up underneath those a little bit. Where's our 2 USB 3s? I believe we got 2 on the motherboard. One of them usually up there around that other. Okay, that's one there. I really hope there's 2. I explicitly bought this case for the ones on the bottom. IDF audio. Usually all the way back in this corner. You see on this motherboard there's a gold circuit. There's a gold outline. Usually that's your chipset for your sound. Hide it, separate it from the motherboard. E. But again, this is another wire I like running behind the motherboard because you can hide it that way. We're going to put it here. That way I can tuck it. Something like that. We'll get it up in there in a minute. Good. Book. Did that. Well, that stinks. I bought this case. Can't quite see it because it had USB 3.2 bottom and the top. Because I'm constantly putting data cards or whatever in and out. And the motherboard only has one slot. So that is what that is. I don't need this open anymore. Here again, there's a little key. Right down. Just stack the wires best we can. Okay. Communications port, yeah, don't even know what that is anymore. I'll figure out how to get the other ones going. I might have to buy a Ryzen card. Okay. That's where Sharpie comes in handy. On the back of the tower, because we have 4 bays and these will get filled, I'm just going to, yeah, I was going to say 0, 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, yeah, 2, 3, or we can just 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't matter as long as I'm delineating these. I'm going to go ahead and plug them in so they're done. Just put a single slash for 1. Put on both sides. Give it a minute to dry. Well, we're doing 0 now. Well, actually, no, I still do 1. That's 1. 2 gets 2 flashes. We come down here, we grab the other ones, and we do 3 and 4. And I use Roman numerals because it's easier to read. Black on black like that. It's 3. Then IV. Then I decide 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I got to look in a book and see if there's any difference in these. Some of them will have different controllers, some of them can only support such and such, and like I said, it's been a long time since I've done AMD, so I've got to kind of familiarize myself a little bit. Okay, for this, they don't discuss it, so I'm assuming there's no difference. Nope, I'm not assuming wrong. So I'm trying to decide if I want to come up under here. One thing they didn't, let see the drive order. Did they even show it? D is 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going through the tops. And of course, I don't know which one's which. I just know the set. Again, we're making some assumptions here. Well, I like the way they have these that they lock in now. Original ones used to pop out. Well, it's not now. They've been doing it for a while, but it's just, I just happened to think of it because I'm looking at it. Wait a minute. Yep, I did right. Well, my assumption of right. There again, if you're thinking security conscious, you wouldn't be adding all these extra ports. I just like doing it, so if I ever go to add something here, it's typically going to be a temporary thing. It's going to be something I need to do fast. And I don't want to have to take my computer apart to do it. I just want to be able to sit driving. That's the point of the hot bay. All right. So let's finish up the Galahad AIO. Now, on the bottom here, the plate, a little piece of plastic. If you don't take that off, it don't work so good. Just put that there because it's going to get stuck. This would be a lot easier laying down. Give me a second. I'm spreading it out a little bit. It'll fill in. You don't need near that much. I don't want to be taking it apart. AMD bag. which is what I assume is this one. Yeah, pretty straightforward. 4 pieces. Bit that boom. I'm getting hungry. No wonder it's 20 after 3 in the afternoon. I haven't eaten lunch. You need 2 of these. I don't know what this goes to. I know what this is. I have no idea what that cool connector is. One good thing about this case though, I don't have to try to fit my fingers into stuff. AOI pump. One of these is an AO pump. This has got to be RGB. True AO pump. I don't see CPU fan. Probably right next to it. Uh-oh. Oh, CPU fan, CPU optional. So usually I put these in CPU fan. Let's see what they suggest. Yep, AIO pump or and for the fans we use, they didn't give me a 3-way. I hope you did. I didn't. Oh, this is how we power. 3 to 1. And this one we're coming backwards. CPU fans, first one. Had more of my share. I had to take this back out because I couldn't fit my hand up there because all this was lower. It was like right here. This is nice. Okay. Definitely going to see what I can do about hiding some of this. Fill that in a minute. Yeah, this is not the way they said to do it, but you know what? I'm pretty sure it'll be just fine. Bend it down. That thermal paste spread its little self out. Uh-oh. Better that happens now than later. Thermal paste is getting gloss on there pretty good. Yeah, that feels tight. That feels tight. And we'll turn this. And we're definitely going to cover the name up. I don't like advertising for everybody else. So that is tight. That is right up against the memory, but guess what? It is fine. We're routing these. The weird one, we'll figure that out in a minute. This one I'm putting right up underneath the CPU mount. I'm going to try to go up. Pull it over. Go back down. Just like that. And AIO pump. And that way, just play around with this cord a little bit. Especially get it over by them RAM sticks because they'll hide this cord. Oops. Slipping it down without getting the cables. Come on, get your notch. There you go. Nice tidy cable. Okay. We'll just run this right along the motherboard out the back because whatever it connects to, it's not going to be in the front. And I try to stack the cables up so there's less of a signature on them. Okay. A smaller presentation, I should say. There's a spaghetti mess. I'm not trying to make this perfect, but we will do what we can. So that's a continuation. One, some of these have wings. You can see that. Those are the RGB ones. Not necessarily to boot the computer. I know that might be sacrilegious to somebody. These are your power, your fans. Got them, you have pewter dies. 1, 2, 3. And so we just kind of make a loop. At that point, we can just separate these from other things, but we'll put a little wire tie around them. Not that the wire tie is big enough. It's funny. I had like 5 of them on the desk, and I think I already cleared them off. Around here, they're also cat toys. Cats like clowns a little bit. Hard wire things. Okay, here. There's one. Here, let's let go of those so we can use our hands. Hope I'm just be able to pick one up. And 1 extra, 2 extra, 3 extra. So we could take and stretch these all the way down. We may do that later anyway, but right now, it still isn't going to be long enough. So what I can do, I can at least isolate these for now. That's fun. So at that point, we should be safe to plug this in. We're not hooked to a monitor, but we have lights. We have fans. Oh, these are all blowing in. So, oh, they're out. Theirs are definitely out. And post lights, we're on a white. Yep, it's got a VGA error. I wonder why. We don't have a card. It's red, CPU, white, VGA. We're going through yellow now, which is a boot. We're still looking for a VGA card, can't find one. Boy, this is quiet. This is crazy quiet. I literally have to put my head inside that case to hear it. No. Let's see if we have lights. I can't move because my cord's too short, but you should be able to see the RGB in here playing around and down there. So that's cool. I know it's much more satisfying when you're hooked to a monitor, so you can see that BIOS screen pop up. Definitely. Sorry, Leah and Lee. I like you guys, but thank you for understanding. This is our computers and not yours. Slight adjustment. Trying to get the cable that we wrapped around the CPU completely out of the way. So I put it underneath the cable, it's sneaking out back. Okay. Next video, what we're going to do is we're going to put all the fans in this thing.